This segment of BAM Vision is brought to you by Randy Tinney, Realtor, Century 21 Mazzell & Associates. Call 601-622-4009 for all of your real estate needs.
We are back here at BAM Vision on BAMSouth.com. Jack, Chris, I'm here. Of course I'm here, I'm the host. Joel Bomgar is with us. He is the representative newly elected for District 58. Joel, let's talk about job creation, economic growth, something this state desperately needs. I saw another poll recently commissioned by AOL.com and Time, and we were at the bottom. Once again, we're used to it. And yet we see these announcements where there's 10 jobs added here, 20 here. Important, yes, but we need more than that. Can you kind of address the common or typical piecemeal job creation scenario with what you might want to propose?
Right. Well, I think if you go back to The Road to Serfdom by Hayek or something like that, central planning doesn't work. I mean, so when you want a lot of something, like a lot of jobs, you have to do it on a broad base, free market approach. So I think it's great if we can get 20 jobs, 10 jobs, an auto plant with thousands of jobs. That's fantastic. The question is, and I have not seen this analysis, and I intend to go do it, is to say, how many jobs are we creating on a targeted basis with targeted tax breaks and rebates and refunds and whatever else? And how many jobs do we need to create to have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the nation? And what is the delta between those two? Because I think what you're going to find is on a targeted basis, you just don't get to the kind of volume of job growth that you need and the kind of volume of income growth and that sort of thing, which means it's great, but if you need 200 or 300,000 more people employed in Mississippi, it's hard to get there, 20, 10, 11, even 1,000 or a few thousand at a time. And so I think you have to get there by lowering regulations for everybody, lowering taxes for everyone, and you'll end up with a hardware store with 5 employees hires number 6. There's never going to be a press release about that.
No.
But when every small business adds 1 employee, and there's 100,000 or whatever small businesses, I don't know the number, that ends up on a very leveraged scale that's a lot bigger than you can get one project at a time. So I think we need to do both. I mean, it's great if we can get 20 or 10 or 50 jobs here and there, that's fantastic. But I don't think we can rely on that for the kind of volume of job growth we need to get us from where we are to where we want to be.
What can you do as a government official to perhaps facilitate more Joel Bomgars? I mean, I think we need 20 or 30 more young men and women like you were at Belhaven University when you started your company. Look at the jobs you created. And you've made a worldwide imprint, and you've helped Mississippi's image in the process. So I know you can't do anything directly, but what can you do to inculcate more entrepreneurs like yourself?
I think some of it's a numbers problem. So you look at how many total children enter K through 12 public education, how many graduate, how many go to college, how many specialize in computer engineering, something like that. And when you work backwards, you have so few entrepreneurs because you have so few top college graduates, and you have so few top college graduates because you don't have enough college graduates in general, because you don't have enough people graduating with college ready out of high school. And I think you go back through the spectrum. It's not that out of 500,000 children in our K through 12 public education system, it's not like there's not potential entrepreneurs there. I mean, that's a lot of children. And you don't need a ton of entrepreneurs to create a ton of jobs, but you need a much higher conversion rate, a much higher percentage of those 500,000 need to become entrepreneurs from, I don't know what it is today, 1 in 100,000, 1 in 50,000. It needs to be
it's too low.
1 in 50. It needs to be 1 in 10. And how do we get there?
Finally, I have to make this comment, and this impressed me immensely. Donald Trump didn't have to give your phone number out. You gave your private number out the day after you were elected. I mean, we're used to seeing politicians talk a good game before the election. After they win, that's it. Why did you do that? And what has the response been? Are people calling you?
I've given my cell phone number out the entire campaign. Every piece of literature, we've dropped tens of thousands of pieces of literature on people's doors, in their mailboxes, you name it. And almost every piece of literature has had the phone number, direct access to my cell phone. And I get a couple calls a week, probably. I think since the election, I think I've only got 1 call. And it was somebody that asked if they should save their yard sign as a memento, or if they should recycle it. We've picked up pretty much all of them. We must have missed one. So I think my philosophy is you empower people. And you empower people by, for example, giving them choice in education. even if a microscopic fraction takes the opportunity, they want to know they have the choice. And even if out of 25,000 people in District 58, a microscopic fraction calls my cell phone number, I think it's important that everyone knows they can, and that they're one phone dial away from reaching me live. And I think that's what being a representative is all about.
Well, it was a refreshing and classy move, and we expect, and I'm sure we will see more of that during your tenure.
Absolutely. Well, constituent relations is a huge deal. I mean, a representative is not just about big ideas and big legislation. It's about getting problems solved for people on the ground every day. And that's what I intend to do for District 58.
Joel, congratulations again. I hope we can have you on regularly as a guest to
Absolutely.
discuss the issues, because it's always interesting and informative. I'm Jack Criss. This is BAM Vision on BAMSouth.com.